We're good? We're live? Oh shoot. It's usually I can usually hear the music and now this time I couldn't, and so all good. Welcome back to Rodney Anderson Live. This is a show where we talk about questions, comments, and concerns. All things OU related, all things OU sports related, really. Today, I think I'd like to unveil the starting five. Unveil, unveil. Debut. I like that better. Thanks, Brandon. The starting five. These are just some quick hitters that we're gonna discuss real quick. Maybe we'll dive into them a little bit deeper later on down the show. But yeah, number one, DeMarco Murray exiting. It's a sad day, but I think it's an appropriate change. I love whenever ex players or former players, whatever, get to be a part of the program and pour back into something that they helped build. I mean, I feel like I'm a testament to that. So it was always fun seeing DeMarco. Always been a fan of his myself. Where'd he go? Kansas City, right? Yeah, I think it'll be a great spot for him. They always seem to have pretty good stable of backs in the rotation, and that's a dude that's been around ball his whole life. So I wish him all the best in his next venture, next coaching venture. That being said, I am excited to see what the running backs look like, outside of DeMarco, and we'll get to drumroll Dalen McCullough later. But yeah, I did. Me and Brandon were talking about Unrivaled. He was putting me more on game than I really knew. But it's basically like it's like 3-on-3 basketball. Like it's basketball and men and women, right? Just women? Okay. I think that's even better for my point. I think Unrivaled is a great outlet for women to really show how, I don't know, what am I trying to say, Brandon? Like, there's not enough opportunity for women in sports to make the money that they definitely deserve. I mean, they're working just as hard as any other athlete. And so, but it is hard to sometimes get over, like, damn, the TV views or, those big things that, fans have always been watching NBA and men have always had that opportunity more than the women. And so it's so hard to pull TV away from what it's always been. So you have to find these other opportunities for women to make money and showcase the skills so that they can grow their sport. It can't just be in the WNBA season or in the collegiate season. That's why I love Unrivaled. I think it'd be great. Can college girls play in this? Maybe that's the next step. We don't think that they can, but maybe that's the next step because, man, I think we have a few women's basketball players right now, starting with Aaliyah Chavez, that could really ball out in something like that in the summertime, earn a little bit of extra pay while they're doing it, somehow still keep their collegiate, status. And even if college girls can't play in an unrivaled setting, unrivaled league, it at least provides another option for them in their professional career to showcase their talent. I love unrivaled type things, which leads me to number 3 in the starting lineup, All-Star games. I have mixed emotions about All-Star games. Does it not seem? I stopped watching like NFL, like Pro Bowl stuff. I stopped watching the All-Star basketball stuff, even like the dunk contest. Trash. It's been trash. Like
only so many ways you can jump over a local celebrity and dunk it. who's like 6 foot. You know, it's a celebrity who's like 6 foot tall, and you jump over him and dunk.
I almost had that thought, but then once the dunk contest was over, I saw this like basketball YouTube guy. Like he's just an influencer that goes to local courts and plays basketball, pickup games and whatnot. Like he showcased like 4 dunks that I'd never seen in my life. And I'm like, this is just average Joe Blow guy that started up a YouTube channel. These NBA professionals can't do the same dunk. Like, I don't know. There used to be ingenuity behind these dunks. There used to be some thought put behind them. I saw one dunk. Dude just went and just regular, like I could have done it on 4 ACLs. I could have did the dunk he did. Just went and just put it down on one hand. That's lame. Anyways. Thanks for everybody in the chat. I'm Dyfos. I think you were talking, you brought up Xavier Robinson. I think you were talking about DeMarco's departure. We're going to get back to the running back room and our new running back coach here in a little bit. Wolfgang, good to see you back in the chat, brother. I've been hopping on live every week. Now, to be fair, I haven't been as consistent the past 2 weeks because, this week was President's Day on Monday. Mm-hmm. I usually go live at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, or no, not 10 a.m., like 11 or noon on Tuesdays.
About noon. Yeah.
Noon on Tuesdays, yeah. Dang, look at me. I don't even know my own show.
You don't even know when you go live.
It's been difficult it's been different the past couple weeks, every single time. My point is we're going to get right. We're going to get on the good schedule. I'll be live every single week, I promise. I shouldn't have promised. Yeah, whatever. I'll do my best. Sooners for life. Oklahoma women's softball is sick. I wonder if there's like an unrivaled or like all-star type competition that the softball girls could get into. I'm all for anything that can provide women in sports more opportunity to showcase their talent, just for the sole reason that I was not a huge softball fan before I came back to Oklahoma because I didn't know. I never saw any highlights. I never watched a game. I just didn't know. And now it's one of my favorite sports to watch because it's super freaking fun. And we have the best softball team. Just like I could jog to their stadium from where I'm sitting right now. Like, so, you know, any opportunity for females in sports to showcase their talents and earn extra money outside of what they're already, like, come on, we got to figure that out. Maybe we'll dedicate a whole show to that and figure that out someday. We'll do that. Cold Beef 23, you're my GOAT. Appreciate that. In a world where so many better people could be your GOAT, it's me. Appreciate that, man. Did y'all hear about Katie's burner? I was a little bit late to the part. I didn't see it. I wasn't like a part of the mob finding out while he was warming up for the All-Star game. That's hilarious. And it's hilarious that it happened to KD.
And they kept going to him. They kept cutting to him.
Oh, that was on purpose. Yeah, like everybody, like I could just see. I wish I was a part of that because I really can't talk about it as, you know, I was a part of the mob that was finding out in real time. But it is funny. I mean, he just can't stop going through. He's putting himself through all this hate, really. Hey, chat. Do people in Oklahoma still not like KD? Is that a thing?
I think it's pretty intense. Yeah, still.
So I was in college. I was a student athlete here when he was going through all that stuff. I guess I just wasn't. The only reason I'm saying that is because I was distracted with other things. I was like, you know, doing the student athlete thing.
Yep.
Why? Why is the hate so deep for KD?
I mean, probably the way he left.
Oh, so it's like a Lincoln Riley thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I understand.
Yep.
And
left to the team that beat us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Some of the people in the chat are like, we are with KD at this point.
And I think that's probably accurate. I really do.
Yeah. Cole, he said, Cole Beef 23, he said also, can you come on the staff and help coach? Nah.
You texted me earlier and said you were the running back coach.
Nah, that was so funny. I'll read our text. I was on my way into work and we were talking about the show. Oh, man. I said, we were talking about, all right, what's going to be in the starting five? And I said, I meant to say, obviously, the new running back coach has got to be in the starting five. Mm-hmm. But I was using my car, like my talk to text, and I guess it picked up. It did that the other day, too. Yeah. With you. It must be I'm texting an Android phone thing.
Come on now.
Oh, I just outed Brandon. Yeah, y'all don't get with Brandon because you're going to have green text bubbles. But I was using talk to text, and it corrected it to, I'm obviously new RB coach. I'm not. Dalen McCullough is the new RB coach. I have no interest in coaching, honestly, because of one reason: recruiting. I just, like, honestly, if the recruiting was ever the way it was when I was going through that process, the recruiting process, I probably would consider coaching a lot heavier or getting into it. I'm not saying that I could just walk into the OU staff and like demand a job. That's not how it works, people. But I would consider coaching at some, collegiate professional level if I didn't have to recruit. If I could just sit down and worry about X's and O's and coaching my running back room all day, I'd coach all day. But that's not all that it is. Like, as soon as the season ends, they're like away from their families, recruiting and talking to 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds about all the things they could do at this university versus the other universities. And it's just it's 24/7, 365. When I was being recruited, there was like a certain time of the year that they could reach out to you. There was a certain way that they had to do that. They couldn't just willy-nilly text you. FaceTime was hardly even a thing at that point. There was no FaceTimes, and calling you was like if you were getting a call from a coach, it was the right day, the right time. The moon was in alignment. The stars were all centered. Like, it was so hard for coaches to pick up the phone and communicate to recruit because there were so many rules. If it was back to that, I for sure would coach. Because it sounds like I'd also get time to be a good dad and a good husband. So the way it is now, like my running back coach, he told me straight up one time, like, I just don't see my family right now. Like, it was during fall camp, so it was 2 days. He's like, I leave the house before my family wakes up, and I get home after my daughter has already been to sleep. And so he gets to like talk to his wife for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then he goes to sleep, wakes up, and doesn't see her again until like 10 p.m. the next day. Like, that's no, sir. I'd rather talk to you guys on this podcast because as soon as I'm done here, I'm going home. I'm going to pick up my 10-month-old, and we're going to hang out for the rest of the day. I'm going to wake up, and he's going to see me tomorrow morning too. So, yeah, that's why I'm not coaching. I'm gonna get off of that. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, Katie's burner. I just think that's funny. I don't think it's funny. Wasn't he talking a little bit of mess about his teammates too?
Oh yeah, no, teammates, coaches, like it was
bad.
It was real bad.
Like, that's why I mean, like, you're doing it to yourself. It's funny, like, in the way that it all happened and came out, but KD, come on, brother. Come on, brethren. Never met him, by the way. Not really like close enough to call us brothers. Anyways,
yeah.
Chambliss got another year.
Yeah,
but not Owen. Is that still like kind of out there? I'm not gonna lie. I stopped worrying about it.
So the last update we had was Jim, I believe, saying that we will appeal the decision.
Right. I knew that.
I think that's
where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like,
I mean, the way college hoops is going, though, he could get drafted in April, and then a judge could rule in his favor. Because in college hoops, you've got these guys that,
yeah,
were eligible for like the G League All-Star game,
Mm-hmm.
but were currently on a college basketball roster. And so, like,
Yeah.
I guess there's a world where Owen gets drafted and then I say
Could
that,
potentially
not
come back
knowing-
for his
not knowing any about
another
how it
year.
works. Yeah.
I mean, I think anything could go at this point. Like, why not? Aren't we all just making up? At some level, all the rules that we all at some point, all the rules that we all follow in our everyday lives was just made up at some point.
Hmm.
So why can't we make up new rules?
I'll say this. I think, like I said, we're in the appeal process. And I think Chambliss getting the year
Don't hurt.
right.
Right.
But that came from a court, not from
the NCAA.
correct.
Courts.
That's what the Alabama basketball team got a kid to come from, like, that was in the league or something like that, and then he came back to play. Well, they took it to court to basically file an injunction or whatever, to where it's like, oh, it puts the ruling up in the air, and so while the ruling's up in the air, he's allowed to play. The judge who granted it was a booster, like an Alabama.
Legal gray area. That's what that means. We haven't made the decision, so in the meantime,
I guess you can play until we figure it out. Yeah.
that's so funny. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad Chambliss got it. I am. I think, I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that guy play another year in college? It's only going to raise his draft stock. I think he would have been drafted regardless. I'll say that. He's a very good talent, but he is one of those guys that for sure could benefit from another year in the college space, because he wasn't even real. Like, this is kind of Cinderella story. He wasn't even really supposed to be the starter this year.
Yeah, I don't know if he wasn't supposed to be. He definitely came from like D3.
I thought they started with somebody else, and then he got hurt, and then that's how Chambliss came into the picture. Chad, am I right on that? Am I tripping? Yeah. In the meantime, let me get to some points. While this is up in the air, I'm gonna dive into some chats. I'm Dyfos. You see about Xavier Robinson's burner? X got a burner? Am I missing something?
I don't know. Foes has brought up Xavier Robinson a bunch.
Okay. Foes really wants to know about Xavier Robinson. Did Xavier Robinson ask to wear your number? Foes, you're funny, dude. No. No, I don't work like that in the college. But, well, I wonder. You know, in the league, if you're like if you're like a highly drafted guy, they usually will give you your pick of your number or whatever. I did not get to pick my number coming out of the 6th round. I showed up and my number was 33, which I was cool with.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, there's no offensive 24. So I'm going to go to the equipment room. As soon as I get there, I'm in the equipment room and I'm like, hey, is 24 open? And he lets me know that, yeah, it's open. Are you sure you want to do that? And I said, what do you mean? Yeah, I was 24 in college. And he was like, no, but do you understand the finances behind it? And I was like, what? So the Bengals had purchased a certain number of my jerseys, of my rookie jerseys, to be made. And I guess that they're a part of some licensing deals, like where there's mass 33 Anderson jerseys that are made. And however many of them that there were at that time, the cost equaled, like, I think for me it was like $25,000, something like that. Basically, I had to buy all of the existing 33 jerseys so that they didn't just waste their money. And then they would have allowed me to change my number to 24. And then they'd print all new 24 jerseys with Anderson on the back. And so when you go to the league, like, it's not as easy to switch your number because there's that to think about. And then there's also, what if there was a guy currently wearing 24? At that point, it's a discussion between me and that teammate. You know, hey, how important is that number to you? Some guys are like, it don't mean a thing to me. I don't care. Here you go. Most guys are like, how much money you got, Rook? What was your signing bonus? And so they'll, you want 24? I need $24,000. A band for each number, or for each 1,000, whatever. So, um, to bring it all back, I guess. I wonder if they're doing that in the college space since they got money now. Like if a recruit or if a transfer guy comes in, and if I'm transferring in from Alabama, whatever, and I say, hey, who's wearing 24? And I go up to X and I say, hey, I was 24 in my old school. I know you got 24 now. How tied are you to that number? If he's not super tied to it, I wonder if he'd be like, I'll give it to you for $5K.
Is it his number though, or do you think that it's more controlled by the team?
I got to pick my number coming into college. Like Coach Gundy texted me one day and was like, what number do you want? And I said 26 if it's available. At that time, you couldn't have the same number even as a defensive guy. And so 26 was Jordan Evans. And so my options were like 22, 23, 24, and some 30 number. I wasn't interested in the 30s. And so I picked 24. So I feel like it's not the biggest deal in college. I don't know. That'd be a good question for my boy Whit in the training room. Okay, the moment that we've all waited for. Let's talk about the new running back coach. Wow, that was beautiful. Dalen McCullough. I'll just run through some quick career stats for him.
Hey, real quick, Wolf, I've been seeing you asking about the spring game. We don't have info on that yet.
Oh, I missed the spring game question?
No, you're good. Just curious about tickets. I'm not sure yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Didn't want to leave you hanging.
I'm gonna be a little turd right now. I know when the spring game is. I know what the date is.
They posted it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Damn. I need to get back on it's so hard to be up on social media and like the latest news when you have a kid and you don't sleep. Well, I was gonna be a little turd and withhold the date from you guys, but I guess I should have done that last week. I've known for a while now, but I don't know when tickets are gonna go on sale. So, Eric Friesen, boy, acting like he's special. Well, I knew the date before you did, Eric. I kid. Anyways, Dalen McCullough. His sons played here, or for a short time. Dasan and
Daya.
Pronounce his name for me.
I think Daya.
Dayan.
Daya.
Daya.
Daeh.
Daya. Daya McCullough and Dasan McCullough. They're both great athletes. Dasan, what do they call him? The Slim Reaper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that nickname. Slim Reaper. My brother played with Dasan in Indiana.
Yeah.
For
same group, probably too.
Same what?
Both on the D line.
Yeah. They're opposite sides, so they're out there together sometimes.
That's cool.
But yeah, no. Miami of Ohio guy. That's where he played his collegiate career. Played in the NFL for the Bengals and the Eagles. Coached at Indiana. Had a back, Tevin Coleman. 3,000-yard back. Another back, Ronald Jones, that was a 1,500-yard back. When he was with the Chiefs, he had the 10th, the 21st, and the 12th rushing yards per backs with rushing yards per carry.
That's just like team stat.
Oh, team stat.
Like 10th in the league in yards per carry.
So lit. I read that
when
wrong.
I was looking at it, they had their like total yards, and they were like middle or so of the league, and this is close to middle. But I'm like, it's a Pat Mahomes team, and so I feel like they threw the ball a lot. So maybe the rushing total yards wouldn't have been the best judge, but the yards per carry, like when they did get the rock, they were moving it.
That's like that's very similar to how it was in Lincoln's offense. Like he handed the ball off quite a bit. Like we still had 1,000-yard backs, but yeah, when you air it out that much, you're putting the ball in different playmakers' hands.
I think so, right? Like I didn't know the Chiefs. He won a Super Bowl with them though.
I mean, that don't hurt on your resume. At Notre Dame, had two guys over 800 yards, and a 1,300-yard rusher in 2023. Coach Jeremiah Love.
He did. He had a couple of years with him, I think.
With Mateer? Is that what you said?
No, a couple years with Love.
Oh, with Love.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like one of those. I don't think it was one of those things where like he showed up and like left and they overlapped for like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think he like coached him actually for.
Or like actually got to
I think
develop
so,
him.
I think so.
Yeah. And then just most recently coached Ashton Gianti with the Raiders.
Yeah.
So, I
I
mean,
mean, he had a good rookie year. That whole staff just got let go from the Raiders, though.
yeah. I think what I see is that he takes talented backs and he's able to produce with them, which is, I'm not knocking DeMarco because I've been saying a bunch that I just think at the end of the day, as it pertains to DeMarco, like it's just creative differences. You're not always gonna, you're always gonna connect on all fronts. The RB room seemed to be stalling out a little bit, so no bad blood. DeMarco gets a NFL job. We get a new face get a new coach in the running back room. Stir things up a little bit and just see what's up. I feel like everybody won in that situation, so all good. I am very excited to see what the differences will look like on the field. You know what I mean? I do think, and I don't think that this is just DeMarco's fault. I'll make that very clear. But we've been missing backs, like the slashing, like 30, 40, 50-yard runs. Oh, shoot, there's a 60-yard TD. Like the back that's out the backfield makes a crazy catch, like a Joe Mixon one-handed catch in stride, puts a little shake and bake down the sideline. Like those type of backs, you know what I mean? And I think we have them. I don't know why it's not translating to the field. Hopefully, Dalen can figure it out. And he stopped saying this. It feels weird to say his first name, even though I'm a grown man too. Maybe
You want to call him Coach?
I kind of want to call him Coach.
Call him Coach.
Yeah, okay, we'll call him Coach. Coach McCullough. Anyways. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see Dalen McCullough do his thing here. I'm trying to think of what I was about to say. Oh, recruiting wise. Recruiting wise, I am interested to see what kind of backs he brings in. Because DeMarco, I don't think he had like a type of back that he always brought in, but DeMarco is just a great recruiter. I mean, how can you not be a great recruiter with a name like DeMarco Murray? And so, especially like all the things that he did in the league and in college, coaching at his alma mater, like it just makes sense. I probably would have committed here too if DeMarco Murray was on my doorstep. I'm curious to see what kind of pull Dalen has. Obviously, the resume speaks for itself, but relationally, how are you? In my opinion, there's a lot of relationship that has to go on with running backs. Do not get me wrong. You definitely need the X's and O's is important. Picking up blocks, making sure you know your assignment, that's all super important. You're not going to play unless you know those things. But I think you get the best out of your athletes when there's a good relationship there as well. And so I think that's what I'm really excited to see. And we'll probably be able to see in the spring too.
Yeah, so when he was at USC, he was there for a season. He had a dude come through, and I remember the name back when his name was Stephen Carr. He's a highly touted kid, coming out. And so then after that, Coach McCullough moved to a spot or two, and then when he got to Indiana I think he did a second stint at Indiana, Stephen followed, ended up transferring there. And so talking about relational, he had a highly rated back, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Decided to go follow him to Indiana. So
I'm trying to think of any other backs that I've heard following a running back coach. It's probably not, those types of stories aren't going to make too many headlines, but.
I don't know if it was a follow as much as oh dang, Coach McCullough's there, maybe I'm going to transfer anyway. That's where I want to end up. But
yeah.
Man.
There's always people that want to take it negative. I'm ignoring y'all today. I saw Kanik jumped on the live for a minute. Where'd he go? He's such a little kidder, a little heathen.
Sometimes you just scroll on it, and if you scroll on it You
Yeah.
stop for long enough, it shows that you joined, but you might just scroll past.
Yeah. I bet Jaron is probably busy, you know, meeting with teams or working out. I don't know. I really enjoyed this part of the year as an athlete. 'Cause it wasn't like school. You just have school, you have your workouts, and then you kind of just get a little bit of breathing time. I've seen Xavier Robinson being brought up a little bit in the chat. And then I saw Tatum brought up as well. Yeah, those are both DeMarco gets. I think Tatum was a guy that just didn't work out. I think we need to stop getting so attached to these recruits as if they're going to be here for 4 years. It's just not the world we live in these days. Like, you would like to assume or believe that these guys are going to stay here and be developed. But if the facts are that we don't live in that world anymore, let's stop getting our hopes up like it's going to be a thing. It just didn't work out with Tatum. Now he's going to be a linebacker at Michigan or safety or whatever. More power to him. You know, we'll see him. In that's Ann Arbor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see him in Ann Arbor. His ex will see him in Ann Arbor. That's a hit that I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Tatum coming from depth, coming from his true safety spot, screaming down, and X just got a handoff. Little gap scheme. Little gap scheme play where a nice little hole opens up. We got our backside guard coming through, kicks out that linebacker, opens up this hole that's just Taylor Tatum at the safety spot. Xavier Robinson with the rock in his hand. Ooh.
So what is it? Is it contact or is it a move?
I have to believe that X is going to try to lower shoulder.
You think?
Like, honestly, this happens. It's been me a couple of times. Like, I think it's a pride thing. If you know the person you're going against, you're going for the hit. You know, so you could try to juke, and even if you make the juke and he falls on his face, like, he can get up and be like, "Man, you didn't want the smoke. I was trying to blah blah. You didn't want the smoke." You know, like, I think you gotta take the hit.
Okay.
So, I don't know. This point is interesting to me. We need someone that has good eyes. Too many guys that just duck their head down and miss gaps. I think that's kind of what I'm talking about in the running back room. Like, when I say relational, I don't really mean like, are we friends? Maybe you would hope that y'all could be friends, but that's not that important. Like, it's coach-athlete relationship. Like, let's get real. What I mean really is that, like, I hope that Coach Dalen McCullough realizes that X is going to run completely different from Torrey Blaylock. And if we're coaching them the same way in terms of like teaching them the X's and O's, but when I really get specific with X, it's going to be completely different coaching than when I get specific with Torrey Blaylock. And so when it comes to vision, a guy that is more of a bruiser, his vision is going to be a little bit different than a guy that is looking to juke and looking to put a move on somebody and set angles. And so I don't know. It's been hard to understand the relationship between DeMarco and his stable of backs. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if it's the backs that I blame for bad vision or if it's maybe DeMarco not being, like, not separating talent enough. I lost the word. But I think what I mean is, like, if a guy that likes to juke, if you like are like, hey, if all you're saying is like, get downhill, he's gonna do that, and it's gonna look like his vision sucks, you know, because he's not playing within himself. He's not playing to his skill set, and so I don't know. Like, I'm waiting to see, you know, what their vision really looks like. Yeah, I know, we're talking about theories. Don't worry. That's kind of what I think.
I'm curious, like, in your experience being in a room and in an offense, is it and I guess this could be different here and now with this current staff, but like, is it Coach Arbuckle's running scheme that Beatonbow helps execute with the blocking, and then Coach McCullough now like coaches his backs how to play in that?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there a world in which like the run scheme changes to fit Coach McCullough's like background or style?
I don't think you change to fit like Coach McCullough. You got to stick to the overall like offensive scheme from Ben Arbuckle, because like that's the guy who's calling the plays, and like the pass has to complement the run. So you can't just like every time you run the ball, you can't line up in I formation because that's such and such's background. You know, you kind of have to. Now you can get to powerful formations through, like there's things that they can probably tweak about Ben Arbuckle's like run packages. That we talked about that earlier. Me and Caleb did. Like I think Beatonbow and Dalen McCullough just have so much run game knowledge that they will fix what needs to be fixed with Ben Arbuckle's run packages, but I don't think there's going to be too much changing. It's just going to be like tweaking, like, hey, let's pull this guy, or maybe we can pull two guys here instead of one. We've only ever pulled one. Like, let's pull two, or let's work up to this guy here instead of keeping it at its base or whatever.
That's kind of what I was curious about. Like, I was thinking about specifically like blocking scheme.
There's going to be way more of that type of stuff as opposed to just changing things in total. Yeah, I definitely think that.
Would you guys want in the chat if we were to try to pull some Indiana footage or some Raiders footage, Chiefs footage, whatever, Notre Dame, and have Rodney just kind of watch it and dissect it? Would you guys be into that?
I would love to dissect some of his previous backs. That'd be fun. What do y'all think about that? Would y'all like to sit through a little film session with myself, a screen and a whiteboard, and we just go to work? Sooners for life. There's literally always something about Jaden Ott. Long story short, creative differences. And he's a good athlete. I'm not going to defend that anymore. I feel like I've done it a lot on this show. Jaden Ott is a good running back, and he's going to have success in the pros. He's going to get picked up. He's going to play for a team. He might not have immediate. I'm not saying he's going to have immediate success, but he's going to be good. Just didn't work out here. That's kind of what I mean. Like, we're in a different era. Every person is not that walks through those football facility doors are not going to pan out. They're not going to stay to pan out, to see if it pans out. Like, it's just a different world. I saw something that I didn't love. The athlete has to perform. I don't love that statement just by itself because it's not that simple. There's a lot of things that the athlete, even the starting athlete, has to fight against to like be the starter, maintain that position, and prove that he should be there each and every single day. He's proving that that's his spot. There's so many outside things that are against every single player that is starting at any given position, that like if you can't control it, but it's fighting against you, like how are you going to knock the guy, you know? So it's not. Yes, I agree that to a certain extent, coach has got to coach, and then the player's got to go out there and perform. But it's not so simple. It's not just as simple as, well, the player knows the plays, so he's got to perform. Like, what if the line sucks? What if it's the worst line in the world? Is he still expected to perform? Not everybody can be Barry Sanders. Shameless OSU plug. Barry Sanders was great. So, anyways.
You got to get that in now before they bring Bedlam back.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, we can't see anything nice anymore.
I know. I saw some smoke about that. Are we getting Bedlam back?
I feel like it's on the table.
I'd love that. Because then we can stop coming up with these stupid scenarios about playing them in the spring. It's not a stupid scenario. Like, if we're never going to play OSU again, then let's do something fun in the spring. It doesn't have to be a full game, but I don't know. I'd love to get Bedlam back. Anyways. Hmm. Most folks need to be developed. I think hatch number 3. It's a good point. But most recruits aren't coming out of high school these days. I mean, there's still a lot of recruits coming out of high school, but there's a whole other half of new additions to the team that's out of the transfer portal. Those guys don't need to be as developed as much. I think the game is we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think the game is shifting more to a little bit of both, right? Like, on one hand, there are holes in the offense and defense and special teams that need to be filled right now. Don't got time to develop a kid for 2, 3, 4 years while everybody else is going into the portal and getting a guy right now. So we've got to play that game. We've got to go get guys for right now. In the meantime, we're recruiting and doing our due diligence at the high school level. Those are the guys that we're developing and hopefully keeping in the system, which BB he's had success retaining his roster.
He's found him and his staff have done a good job of finding kids that are both.
Yes.
Like day one, like
they get it.
Tori's a day one.
Mm-hmm.
He's true freshman starter.
Yep.
Fasusi.
Yep.
Foji got a lot of run this year. Cortland, goodness.
Boy, I'm so excited for Cortland.
Jaden Jackson was a true freshman.
Facts.
I mean,
David Stone's a guy that's stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's a guy that's hit adversity off the field and stuck around.
Yep.
You know, team rallied around him, coaches rallied around him. Like, if y'all don't think that current high school athletes and guys that are in the transfer portal or thinking about hitting the portal don't notice those things and consider those things whenever they're making a decision like coming here, man. Yeah, it's a mix of both these days. Let's talk about the O-line real quick, because every time we talk about the running backs, the O-line gets hate. Y'all aren't hating. I'm not trying to say that y'all are haters. But we're very concerned about the O-line, and I think that's valid. It's for sure valid because we've had some phenomenal O-lines come through here. I should know. That's why I was so good. But I don't love all like oh man, I don't know. It's been some years since we've had that. Like, give it some time. Give it some time. If you haven't noticed, we're a defensive team now.
Yep.
And so the offensive side of the ball has been a little bit slower to come along, but it is coming along. The first OC we had in here, it just didn't work out. Seth Luttrell. Creative differences.
Yeah.
Wasn't working, so we moved on. Ben Arbuckle comes through. Us expecting him to have a phenomenal, like, just thousands and thousands of yards rushing and passing year one, guys, come on. I was one of those people. I'm talking to me too. It's so easy to think, like, man, Oklahoma's always had a good offense. They got a Ben Arbuckle in here. Now we're going to have a good offense again. And our defense is good too. Holy hell. Here we go. That's just, it took our defense this long to get this good. I don't think it'll take the offense this long to get this good, but it takes some time. And I think we showed some progress throughout last year. We had a lot of things going against us last year offensively. Maybe one of those biggest things, our quarterback broke his thumb in like the first SEC game. That kind of sucks. Yeah. So, and then our whole offensive line was so young. We're starting true freshmen on that O-line, and they're coming back. So it's valid to have the concern, invalid to be crashing out. Let's wait and see. And then if we need to crash out, we'll all crash out together. It'll be fun. I think that's a plan. All right, let's get into the chat for a second. I've seen some diehards in here. Zip, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Cole Beef, you've been active, man. Appreciate you. Mark, Mark A. Vigil. What do you have to say? I'd want you to watch all his backs, then suss out what is something across all backs you can credit to McCullough. Okay. Brandon, can we do that? Can we figure out how to do that?
Yeah, we'll look into it.
Okay. Make it happen. Dang. Mark's trying to get on my good side. He says I could see the subtleness of which I do, like, you're not wrong. Honestly, I do feel like I could. I don't know. Like, I'm not like a guy that wants to go back to the good old glory days. Goodness gracious. I'm not one of the guys that wants to go back to the good old glory days. But I do feel like I could spot a good back or like a good running back coach. I can pick out a good run. I can see the holes still. I still got it. Mentally. I don't got it physically. Let's make that clear. JJ has a question. When guys hit the portal, do you reach out and try and keep them, or does BV not accept them back? There's a conversation that happens before guys enter the portal, and so
Should be.
there should be a conversation. Yeah, I know here that they have exit interviews. Like they did it when I was here too, except there was no like real portal threat when I was playing. But at the end of the season, for all of time, or at least all of time that I'm aware of, at every stop that I've had, even in high school, we did this. There's like your exit interview.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how did the season go? What are you looking to improve on? What do you think you did? Like all the things. If you've been in a job performance review, you've been in an exit interview. Nowadays, during that exit interview, I'm sure that they're talking about, you know, if it's that third string back that maybe got just a couple of minutes of playing time, you know, here and there, I'm sure a part of that conversation is, you know, hey, coach, I was thinking about hitting the portal. What are your thoughts? And I do know that our staff does a phenomenal job of like really sitting in there and like having the conversation. It's not so transactional like it is, like I know it is at other places. I got friends in the game. My little brother is literally in college, went through the whole transfer portal recruiting process, just went through it. Not every coach will sit down and like shoot you straight. There's a lot of BS going on in the transfer portal, in the recruiting game. So I do know factually that our coaches sit down and talk to the guys. They try to level with them and help them make a good decision that is best for the student athlete. If a student athlete hits the portal, I think it's probably talked about if there's an option back on the team for him.
We had Stone hit the portal last year, and then we got him back out of it. And then PJ was in the portal for 2 minutes. I think like actually, he jumped in, jumped out, you know, but
yeah, I think it's something that's talked about. At least here, it's something that's talked about. And then, you know, I don't think coaches are in the business. I don't think anybody really should be in the business of burning bridges.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the name of the game. The world of sports is too small to be burning bridges. Let me tell you. You start burning bridges this young, you're going to get to the league and figure out, oh, man, I shouldn't have burned that bridge. Oh, shoot, he's my coach now? Oh, man, he's who's signing my paycheck? Do not burn bridges in the sports world. That's stupid. Okay. I don't remember how we got there. Oh, I think I read a question.
Yeah, just going through the chat.
Yeah. They've been young lately, says Hatch number 3. Keeping them around might be the key. If you're talking about the offensive line, yeah, which is I think what we kind of just talked about. Like, it's those high school guys that you get at a real young age, like right out of high school. That the hope is that they stay, buy into the program, and develop a little bit before they really start getting paid and contributing.
Yeah, what does a third-year Michael Fasusi look like? How dominant is he?
Right. Yeah, if he came out of high school and just was developed, Schmitty built for
what I'm
2-3 years.
Yeah, like Yeah. What's he look like? You get him to stick around.
Mm.
All
Oh,
of a
yeah.
sudden
Okay, yeah.
That O line.
Even with the experience he's got now, I got you. Yeah, no, in year after next, he's going to look like a first rounder, is what I would guess. Cole Beef made a good point. This next year's O-line is being built. Got a lot of freshmen with experience now. That's what we were saying. Then he follows up and says, we got a 6'8" tight end. I bet that is going to help with running a lot. I love that point. That's one of my favorite points. Yes, we've got some size in the tight end room. And very similar to our running back room, new coach, a guy that has been around, Jason Witten. And we got the 6'8" Hayden Hansen from Florida. We got Rocky Beers from Colorado State.
Yep.
And whose sister is Reagan Beers, for those of you that didn't know. Standout power forward for the Oklahoma women's basketball team.
Oh, yeah. They've been rolling.
Yeah, they have been rolling. We'll get to them here in a sec. But the point about the tight ends, yeah, dude, that's for sure going to help the run game. For sure, because that tight end position is such a versatile position. I'm actually really excited to see how the tight ends are used this year versus last year. I think that our offense struggled just enough for the tight ends to be a semi-irrelevant position. Like, we had to use that position to, like, bolster the run game and, like, bolster the pass game. We couldn't really free them up to be the Swiss Army knife that a tight end should be in this offense. And so hopefully with an O-line that is going into year 2, young O-line going into year 2, with some sizable, I talked to him. He's every bit of 6'8", and Rocky Beers is no slouch. He's like, what was he, like 6'6", 6'5"?
I don't know.
He was a big dude.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're over 6'2", you're a big guy.
And Jack Van Dorselaer.
And Jack Van Dorselaer. Yeah, how could I shoot with a name like that, Van Dorselaer? Yeah, they're definitely going to help in the run game. And all that's going to do is help free them up, that position group. I cannot wait till we drive the ball across the 50 with our run game, maybe a couple mid-range passes, and then we hit the red zone and we have 6'8" standing in the back of the end zone. Love that. Love that. So, yeah, no, I'm super excited about the tight ends. A position group that I feel it's been tough to get production out of them. It's nobody's fault, but it's just kind of a number of things, circumstances going on. Anyways. Whew. I think I was holding my breath or something when I was talking.
Got excited.
A little lightheaded there. Man. Okay, I want to talk about a couple of other sports. Bro, softball and baseball are balling. Bat and ball sports, diamond sports. I mean, what do the stats say? 167 combined points between softball and baseball to 28 scored against them. Like, what? Was it? You told me that every hitter on our softball team has hit a home run.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. That's insane. And our baseball team, aren't they? They're undefeated right now, right?
Yeah. They went 4-0 against good teams last weekend.
Man, I'm
pitching looks good.
Oh yeah, I saw some pitching highlights. What's his name? Our pitcher? Cam, thank you. On Twitter, they had like all 12 of his pitches, and it was just we've got some athletes. What's so exciting to me is that we've got football like really popping off right now. Women's basketball is popping off. Men have a path.
They've won a couple in a row.
They've won a couple, and there is a very tough path to get to the NCAA tournament.
It's gonna be that popcorn machine's gonna be like the hallmark, like record before popcorn machine caught on fire, record after popcorn machine caught on fire. And it's gonna be, whenever they're winning a natty.
Were any of y'all at that
clip.
game at the basketball game by chance where the popcorn machine caught on fire. I've only heard about it. I wasn't at that game. I saw Twitter blowing up about it. I want somebody's perspective that was at the game. Cole Beef was there, of course. Cole, take a second to type in like just your thoughts on the popcorn machine. I want to know, like, when it happened, how fast did everybody know? And like, then what did the panic look like going towards the doors? That's what I'd like to know, if you don't mind. And I appreciate you in advance. But no, we've got fall and winter sports popping off, just kind of holding their own like they always have. And then you get to spring sports where I just feel like, boy, spring sports know how to close it out. Women's gymnastics, they just only win. Softball only wins. Softball was a young team last year that made it to the final four? Semis? Nobody, I remember last year early in the softball season, or maybe like right before the season, they're like, oh yeah, these girls, like the Kinsey Hansons and the Jada Colemans and the Tiara Jennings, like they're no longer here. They were super seniors and the dynasty is over. These little girls are going to have to grow up and learn blah, 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 blah. See you in the semis. This year, it looks like they're out for blood. They've been tested already, though.
What was I think I typed one up. So they lost that second game.
Yeah.
Right. Since then, they've ruled 6 out of their next 7 opponents, including a 34-0 and a 21-0.
34-0. Okay, Caleb also told me that 35 is the record.
It was 35, 36. Yeah, they were close.
Okay. I feel like they're always close to some record. It just seems to be that way. Anyways. Yeah, no. Ruling 6 out. Like, it just seems like they were mad. Like, oh, hell no. No way we just got beat like that. Baseball's over there doing the same thing, though. Won the Shriners Classic. 48 strikeouts in 4 games. Averaging over 10 runs a game. You win like that. Admittedly, like, I need to get more of my baseball bag. I need to go see some games and get a little bit more associated with OU baseball lore before I really start going in on it on here. I'm supportive. I haven't really experienced like a beautiful day out at the Diamond to watch an OU baseball game. So I'm going to be looking to do that this year, especially since we're balling like that. So, all right, Cole Beef came in with his popcorn story. He said it wasn't super quick. It was behind him. He said he smelled the smoke and flipped out. The guy behind him was very upset because his ticket came with free popcorn and we wanted free popcorn.
Is that the only machine?
People were, I hope not. There's no way that's the only popcorn machine in LNC. People were flipping out because the flames were pretty big. The flames did look pretty big on Twitter.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like it was a big fire, but I was curious because the way it was described to me was that it was like the flame, like the fire was all of like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then...
But that's, 4 minutes of big flames like that, though.
Is that something to panic about?
4 minutes is a lot longer than I think you'd think.
Maybe.
Watching a popcorn machine on fire while you're inside of the same building as it.
Well, I also didn't know, the night I saw it on Twitter, I didn't find out till the next day that the sprinkler system went off.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's what I would have been running for. Like, I'm getting wet. I got to get out of here. But, like, if I'm across the stadium and I see a popcorn machine and the sprinklers don't go off, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless that fire starts to spread.
Yeah.
Then I'm out. It's funny, though. Next time in the LNC, I'm going to figure out how many popcorn machines we have.
Because maybe people weren't evacuating as much as they were protesting because, like, well, now how am I going to get popcorn? So they just... I'm not watching this game without popcorn.
Nah,
so
man, I'm out of here. There's only one popcorn machine, and that just blew up. Bro, this is the second popcorn machine in the past, 2 months that I've seen blow up. There was one, I was at the Penn Square Mall, a month ago. And the alarm system starts to go off, and they announced over the intercom, they didn't say what was wrong. They were just like, please evacuate the building. There is an emergency. And so everybody's running towards the doors. I'm like, damn, is there a shooter in here or something? And then an officer walks outside and he's like, popcorn machine blew up. Oh, I'm going to go back inside then. All right.
You need to find out the company. Who's this popcorn machine company? Is it the same company?
They're planting popcorn machines strategically. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Let me stop. Okay. This guy was really out for his popcorn. All right. BG, do we have anything else to talk about? I said we're going to talk a little bit about women's basketball. I honestly don't even know what I was going to say. I'm a fan of theirs. I really want them to. I'm a fan of Jenny, I think, first and foremost. I really feel like she's due some type of championship. I think she's got the team to do it. And on that note, I appreciate everybody. Be on the lookout for next week's live. Let us know. I guess before we get off, did y'all like this time? I'm not saying this is going to be like this forever, but while we're tweaking things,
yeah.
Let us know what times you like, what times are best. We're going to keep doing it, being consistent. Obviously, consistency has been not my best, not my strongest suit. But I will get on every single week and be on to chat, questions, comments, and concerns and all that.
I try to pop in, kind of. I guess this one was last minute. This is taking
Oh,
the place
yeah.
of our regular schedule, but we'll try to pop in more.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe instant reaction or I don't know.
For sure.
Maybe shorter,
Yeah, just check in and stuff.
Chat.
It's fun to connect with everybody and hear the opinions. It's it matters.
Every time we've switched up the time too, we find new people. I felt like Cold Beef, this is our first time chatting.
Yeah, for sure.
Hatch. Sorry, Hatch. Making you stay late at work.
Yeah, sorry about that, Hatch. Technically, I'm late at work too. I'm usually not here this late on is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Damn. President's Day threw me off, man. But yeah, be on the lookout for just more lives. We're gonna beef it up a little bit, I think. And then we got the double take. Are we dropping tomorrow?
Yeah.
Double take dropping tomorrow. Myself and Caleb King Kelly had a full episode. So be looking out for that. As well as we'll start to drop these student athlete interviews soon as well. I got to interview all of the incoming transfer portal guys. We got a bunch of really cool, really unique stories too. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that.
I told somebody listening to those interviews, it's like classic, spring cheering for a team. I'm listening to these guys. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Hayden's not getting 10 touchdowns this year.
Right.
800 yards. You know what I mean? Just listen to them talk, their mentality. Bishop Thomas is going to live in the backfield this year is how it feels.
Oh, dude. Yeah. The way it sounded after talking to him, I wanted to go run through a wall. It's been hard to get me to do anything athletic since my career ended, outside of the working out that I do by myself. He made me want to run through a wall. He might be the one that can get me into Oklahoma drill.
Good dudes, though. Yeah. Those will be out before too long.
100%. Be on the lookout. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all are great. I'll see y'all next week. Boomer Sooner.